V'samti pedus, and I will put a redemption, bein ami u'bein amecha, between my nation and between your nation, l'machar yeh ha'ut hazeh, tomorrow it will be the sign. Vayas Hashem came, and God did so. Vayavo arov kaved beit paro, and a heavy animals who came upon the house of Paro, Ubeit Avadav, and the house of his servants, Ubechla Eretz Mitzrayim, and the whole land of Egypt, Tishachet Haaretz Mipnei Ha'arov, and the land of Egypt was being destroyed from this wild animal menagerie. Vayikra Paro el Moshe ul Aaron, and Paro called to Moshe and Aaron, Vayomer, and he said, L'chu zivchu le'elokechem ba'aretz, go and bring sacrifices to your God in the land. Vayomer Moshe, and Moshe said, Lo nachon lasot kain, it's not right to do that, ki toavat Mitzrayim, because it's a disgusting thing to Egypt, nizbach la'Hashem Elokeinu, if we bring our sacrifices to our God. Hey nizbach toavat Mitzrayim le'inehem v'lo yiskalunu, you think we're going to be able to just bring a sacrifice of the abomination of Egypt in front of their eyes, and they're not going to stone us? No, we're going to go for a journey of 3 days, Bamidbar in the desert. We'll bring sacrifices to our God, Ka'asher Yomar Elenu, just like he'll say to us. Vayomer Paro, and Paro said, Anochi ashalachechem, I'm going to send you, Uzavachtem Lashem Elokechem Bamidbar, and you could bring sacrifices to your God in the desert. Rak harchik lo tarchiku lalechet. So he's haggling. He's like, no, just don't go too far. Hatiru ba'adi, just pray for me, because he's scared of these animals. Vayomer Moshe, and Moshe said, Hinei anochi yotzei me'imach, behold, I'm going to go out from being with you. V'hatzarti al Hashem, and I'm going to pray to God. V'sar ha'arov mi Paro, and I'm going to God is going to remove the animal mixture from Paro me'avadav and from his servants me'amo and his nation machar tomorrow. Rak al Yosef Paro hatel, but don't let Paro continue to make a mockery. L'vel tishalach eta'am, not sending out the nation, lisboach l'Hashem, because he keeps going back and forth, to sacrifice to God. Vayetze Moshe me'im Paro, and Moshe goes out from being with Paro. Vayetar el Hashem, and he prayed to God. Vayas Hashem kidvar Moshe, and God did like what Moshe said. Vayasar ha'arav mi Paro, and he removed the animals from Paro, me'avadav u'me'amo, from his servants and his nation. Lo nishar echad, not one remained. V'achbed Paro at libo, and again Paro made his heart heavy. Gam papam hazot, also this time v'lo shilach eta'am, and he didn't send out the nation. Vayomer Hashem al Moshe, and God said to Moshe, Bo al Paro, come to Paro, v'dibarta elav, and speak to him. Ko amar Hashem Elokei ha'ivrim, so has said God, the God of the Hebrews, shalach etami v'ya'avduni, send out my nation, and they're going to serve me. Ki ema ein ata l'shalech, because if you refuse to send, ve'odcha machazik bam, and you still hold on to them, Hinei yad Hashem hoya b'miknecha, behold, the hand of God is going to be upon your livestock. Asher basadeh, that are in the fields, vasusim b'chamarim gumalim, the horses and the donkeys and the camels, babakar batzon, the cattle and the sheep, devar kaved me'od, a very heavy plague, pestilence. The hifla Hashem bein mikneh Yisrael ubein mikneh Mitzrayim, that word again, and God will distinguish between the livestock of Israel and the livestock of Egypt. V'lo yamut mikol bnei Yisrael davar, the animals of the sons of Israel won't die at all. Vayasem Hashem moed lemor, and God made a specific time, saying, Machar yaseh Hashem hadavar hazeh ba'aretz, tomorrow God will do this thing in the land. Vayas Hashem et hadvar hazeh, and God did this thing, mi macharat, the next day. Vayamat kol mikneh Mitzrayim, and all of the livestock of Mitzrayim, of Egypt, was killed, died. Mi mikneh bnei Yisrael lo mit echad, and from the livestock of the Jewish people, not one died. Vayishlach Paro, and Paro sent, v'hinei lo mi mikneh Yisrael ad echad, and behold, it was true, not one of the Jewish people's animals had died. Vayikbad leiv Paro, and Paro's heart was heavy, v'lo shilach eta'am, and he didn't send out the nation. Vayomer Hashem al Moshe, and God said to Moshe vel Aaron, and to Aaron, Kechulachem melocha fnechem piach kivshan, take for yourselves a full handful of the ashes of the oven. Uzrako Moshe hashamayma, and Moshe should throw it up to the heavens, leinei Paro, before Paro, the eyes of Paro. Vayala baka kol eretz Mitzrayim, and it will be like dust on the whole land of Egypt. Vayala adam va'ala behima, and it will be on man and animal. Lishchin poreach ababuot, as blisters that kind of boil forth. That make that fester, b'chol eretz Mitzrayim, in the whole land of Egypt. Vayikhu es piach hakivshan, so they took the ash from the oven. Vayamdu lifnei Paro, and they stood before Paro. Vayizroko to Moshe shamayma, and just like God said, Moshe threw it up to the heavens. Vayishchina babuot poreach, and it became boils that festered into blisters. Badam babahima, for man and animal. And the astrologers were not able to stand before Moshe because of the pain of these boils, because they were also afflicted with these wounds in the whole Egypt. And God strengthened the heart of Paro, and he didn't listen to them, just as God had told Moshe was going to happen. And God says to Moshe, get up early in the morning, and stand yourself before Paro, and say to him, so has said the God of the Hebrews, once again, send out my nation, and they will serve me. Ki bapam hazo, because this time ani sholech et magefotai, I'm gonna send out my plagues, el libecha, to your heart, ubabadecha, and your servants, ubamecha, and your nation, bavor tida, in order that you know, ki en kamoni b'chol haaretz, that there's nobody like me in the whole land. Ki ata shalachti et yadi, because now I sent forth my hand, and I smote you and your nation with this pestilence, and it was like denied from the land. And indeed, because of this, I stood you here in order to show you my power, in order that my name be told in the whole land. So this theme of the makot, the plagues, are there to promulgate God's power for the world.